What is going on YouTube? Another big match from JD's NerdVerse. We were playing through today was Mankey. And Mankey, let's look at Mankey's stats real quick. Mankey has some pretty decent stats. Good attack, good speed. Not great defense, but not bad. Not great health, or hit points, but not bad. And also not great special, but also not bad either. But attack and speed are definitely its creme de la creme, like best stats they have available to them. Look at Primeape, its evolution. Attack gets way better, speed gets better, and you have special is 60, defense is 60, and hit points are 65. So not great on the hit point side, but as long as we can deal some damage, we should be pretty fine with this Pokemon. Moving on to the moveset. So this Pokemon has some pretty decent moves. If you look at the moveset for Mankey's level up moveset, we start out with Scratch and Leer. Both are solid moves. And then we do not get Low Kick. Low Kick is not available in Pokemon Blue or Red. That is a yellow exclusive, so we don't have that. So we don't have really any stab moves. We get Karate Chop, but in Gen 1, Karate Chop is normal. And we also get Fury Swipes, then we get Focus Energy, then we get Seismic Toss, and then Thrash. So here's where, this is one of the Pokemon, and Fighting type really got the foot in the barrel in Generation 1, because a lot of their moves really weren't classified properly. So the way you can always tell like where mistakes were made in Gen 1 is if you look at Gen 2. In Gen 2 they fixed a lot of these mistakes. So for example, in Gen 2, Mankey gets Low Kick at level 9, it's Fighting type. It gets Karate Chop at level 15, it's Fighting type. And Mega Punch and Mega Kick, I believe, are Fighting type as well. So there's some very blatant examples of where some mistakes were made in Gen 1. I always call Gen 1 the glorious masterpiece of imperfection. This is one of the imperfections. There is no stab moves at all for this Pokemon except for Submission. And Submission is a bad move. Let's just put it that way. It's 80 base power with 80% accuracy, so it's not the greatest move. There's just better options and more reliable options that you can use in this game. So again, level up moveset, you start off with Scratch and Leer. Leer's pretty good because Leer can actually lower the opposite's defense. And then basically, I think we're going to get through Gen 1 at level 15. Karate Chop is a 50 base power move. 100% accuracy, get 25 of those. We can power through the Brock's gym with Leer and Karate Chop, get through the gym pretty handily. And I think we'll actually progress through the game pretty well. I don't see this one having any real roadblocks. The only thing that could be a roadblock is our defense. Our level up moveset would not be horrible if that's all we had, but we have more than just that. We also have a 90 base power in Thrash. I don't know how well we're going to use that, because Thrash is great if the opposition only has like one or two moves. One or two Pokemon. But if it has more than one or two Pokemon, Thrash is not great because then you get confused and then you run the risk of potentially getting hurt. And also, we're not normal type, so we don't get any stab on that. Seismic Toss is considered a stab move technically because we're Fighting type, but here's the problem with Seismic Toss. Seismic Toss gives damage based on your level or the opposition's level, something like that. So it does not change whether it's a Pokemon that is Fighting type or non-Fighting type. So our level up moveset isn't horrible. We're probably not going to use Fury Swipes too much. We're going to find better moves for that. After the first gym, we're going to have Karate Chop, and then we're going to progress to the game. And we're going to get Mega Punch. So we'll have Mega Punch and Karate Chop for a decent part of the game, but we do have access to some good games on the TM move side. So we have Mega Punch, Mega Kick, Body Slam, Takedown, Double Edge, Submission, Counter. If we wanted to use those, we're not going to, but if we wanted to use those, they're available. Thunderbolt, Dig, Mimic, Swift, Rock Slide will be very useful. So the moves that we have available to us are not like great end game moves, but they're great mid-game moves that we just have to be smart with when we use them late in the game. So I'm going to go over the rules real quick. Only use Mankey in battle. We can use other Pokemon for HMs. We can also use other Pokemon to catch Pokemon for HMs. Running clock with 3 exceptions. The first exception is Lieutenant Surge's gym. We pause the clock, we go into his gym, and when we find the other button and right as we go to fight Lieutenant Surge, we unpause and we continue the clock. We also get over encumbered sometimes, so we pause the clock to sell some items, to maybe run some errands that aren't really plot indicative. And the third one, which we're not going to use in this playthrough either, buy a move from the Poke Center, or the Game Corner. Which we don't need to do that in this one, but I just like to mention just in case someone's like, oh, what's that third rule? There's no glitches allowed, no missing go glitch, there's no Pokédoll glitch. There's no U glitch, nothing like that. The only glitch that kind of is allowed, which we can't control, is the badge boost glitch. And also no items in battle. I can't heal myself in battle. I can't revive myself. And now that you're looking at the screen, hit the subscribe button and click on my Twitter and my Instagram. It's in the link down below if you want to follow those. I post videos like this all the time. You'll get other content from me as well. Up and coming videos kind of alert you on that. And also subscribing really helps the channel. And if you like this video, I have a ton of other videos that, have some great quality to them. And you get to see some good runs. So I want to get back to the first slide, and we're going to do a prediction. So I predict this will be about an hour and 35 minute run. The reason why I think that is when I go through the moves and what moves are going to have where. I don't see anywhere we're going to really have too big of an issue other than maybe Sabrina's gym. But I don't see a scenario where we are taking too long at any specific point in the game. I think Brock's gym will get that done really quick, by about maybe at the most 15 minutes. We'll get the Missy's gym pretty fast. We'll beat Missy's gym. We'll beat the rival, and then we'll get Dig, and we'll beat a rival again, and we'll beat Lieutenant Surge's. I just feel like it's going to progress very well. The only one I'm really concerned about is potentially the Elite Four. Actually, I don't worry about Lorelei because we can learn Thunderbolt. That's gonna compensate us for a lot of things. Thunderbolt will, and then also we have Rock Slide if Thunderbolt isn't the best option. Bruno could be tricky because we don't have anything that's super duper effective against him. Nonetheless, I don't think Lorelei is going to be very hard. Or Agatha, I'm sorry. Agatha is going to be very hard. We're going to have Dig. Dig will counter the Ghost type very well. And also we have Rock Slide if we need it. Lance will be tricky because we don't have anything super great against Lance. Maybe Mimic will help at that point. And then our rival fight, we'll see. The rival we're going to be picking here is Venusaur. The reason why I pick Venusaur is there's nothing I have that's going to be super effective against Venusaur. If I choose Charizard, I have Thunderbolt. So that's not going to be very good. Not to mention he's flying type. I can have a rock move. I have a rock throw. So I have Thunderbolt as well. So that's going to be helpful. And Blastoise, I have Thunderbolt. So my rival will be using Venusaur. So again, I think this run will take about an hour and 30 minutes. Maybe an hour and 35 minutes tops. Yeah, that's it. So enjoy the video and take it away, future JD.
Thanks, past me. Welcome to JD's NerdVerse. This is the playthrough portion. We're playing through with Mankey. We chose the name Marcel. We were going to choose a different name. If you know what Marcel is from, please comment down below if you know what this name is from. So we beat Bulbasaur pretty handily, and like I said, I'm going to skip over some parts of this that I usually would have in just to do a little talking. Mankey's playthrough. Let's go over some upsides and downsides. One, pretty decent stats, not great stats, but pretty decent. Low health. We're fighting this one battle here, and there's just a bunch of Caterpies and Weedles, and we're still getting down to like 6 health, and we were fully healed when we came into this battle, so not the greatest defense, not the greatest amount of hit points. But moveset, we have a decent move pool, no stab moves, so that's actually very surprising. And when you see the end result of this, you're going to be even more surprised that with no stab moves or anything, we still ended up having a pretty solid run here. As you can see, we're just beating just bug trainers. There's nothing special here. So the benefit of the early part of the game is a lot of easy trainers. You can level up decently fast, not super fast. We're in kind of the medium level up group. But we do have Leer and Scratch. Leer helps because Leer can lower the opposition's defense, which means Scratch goes up a little bit in how much damage it'll inflict. So that's the benefit of Leer. So now we're fighting a third bug trainer. So some benefits to this Pokemon is there is a pretty broad move pool. Level up move pool, if we had to use level up move pool, it wouldn't be horrible. But we more or less use mostly TMs to succeed with this Pokemon. Downside is, let's go over this battle first and I'll go over some downsides. So this is the first battle with the rival, and this battle, this dirty bird Pidgey, I hate it. This dirty little bird Pidgey gets off one sand attack, and it prevents me from doing the rest of this battle. It really irritates me. So I use Leer twice, take some damage. Now I can't hit nothing. I can't hit nothing, but I can't even hit the broadside of a barn. So we just trying to do one scratch because it probably do a lot of damage. No, it doesn't. And we have to rebattle this battle. So it is what it is. We're going to try it again. We're high enough level to get this. It's just that stupid dirty bird Pidgey gets sand attack off. It's like the worst. This is what the downside to playing through with one Pokemon is. If you get the sand attack off, it can screw up your entire battle. One sand attack does that. Is what it is. So we get the bird knocked out with 22 health. Actually, less health than we had last time. Leer. And then we get seated. So all we gotta do is hit. You just have to hit. Very good. Now we just do one more hit before he replenishes too much health. And he keeps sucking our health dry. Keeps sucking our health dry. Are we gonna get this battle one, or do we have to go level up again? We're only at level 12, so we're not too far ahead like we had to be with the last Pokemon. But we get the win with 2 health left. And now we're going to face the Million Light Years trainer. He's called that because he says you're a million light years from facing Brock. Which, in some Pokemon he's correct, but in this one he's not. So we knock out Diglett, and then we get Sandshrew. And we're just going for broke. I could have gone for Leer a little sooner. But the Sand Attack missed, which is ironic. And we get the knockout. Now we get Karate Chop. So Karate Chop is the move that's going to help us beat Brock. So, taking on Brock. Now here's kind of some downsides to Karate Chop, and I'll go over this because this battle's going to take a minute. Karate Chop is a good accuracy, but also if you look there, it says that it gets a critical hit a lot. Now, we have Leer, so if you know anything about Leer, like I just said, it lowers defense. Lowering that defense ignores critical hits. So that's why we're not doing more damage as we keep doing more critical hits. So it's got a high... So eventually we're going to use Scratch, because Scratch will actually do more damage because it doesn't hit it. Oh, that time it did. It made me a liar. But the problem right now is our defense is lowered so much because he does Screech. Screech lowers our defense just like Leer lowers his. And so basically any hit just does massive, massive amounts of damage. I should have done Scratch right there. I would have knocked him out. So I'm like, you know what? Let's just redo this battle one more time. I think we can beat him. So that's why I just like, you know what? Let's go for broke and try it again. Okay, not the end of the world, but we're trying it again. Before I forget, turn it off. There we go. So as usual, the strategy is knock out Geodude as fast as possible. Now, Geodude is getting a little bit more damage done to him because the critical hits are doing more damage. And now we have less health than the last time. So what's going to happen here? Karate Chop, it's a critical hit again. We're just going to do Karate Chop until he uses Bide. When he uses Bide, we're going to use Leer. Now, if he's smart, he just goes for Tackle again and he beats me. But he doesn't. And he's just going to keep going for Screech, I guess. Screech again. And I might be able to do one more attack and beat him. And that's it. It was kind of not the normal strategy in which we beat him. Wakanda for life, by the way. Wakanda forever. And now we're moving on to these traits. So I'll talk about the benefits and downsides to this Pokemon. So, okay, one downside is your level up moveset isn't horrible. It's just nothing is stab move. So same type attack bonus. There's no fighting type moves really in Gen 1. Other than like counter, which doesn't go, it isn't like a base move. It's just like whatever you deal damage to, it deals it back. But you have to go second. So there's kind of no point in using that. The only real stab move you can do is Submission. But Submission is like 80% accurate. So you have you have like a 1 in 5 chance of missing. And you also do recoil damage, so you're going to damage yourself in the process. So it deals back a percentage. And with a stab move, it's going to deal more damage, so it's going to deal back more damage. So we don't want that. So that's why the real stab moves, quote unquote, are not ones we're going to use in this playthrough, really. Karate Chop is one we'll use for a while. Now these trainers are very easy. I fight them all because we're going to need a little bit of a boost when it comes to levels to get through some parts of the game. We got through Brock at a pretty decent level. I thought it'd take us about 15 minutes. Took a little bit longer because it took a little bit longer to get levels. But now we're facing these trainers, and they're not hard. They're not difficult at all. Even get knocked out with Screech, and we're actually not too much higher level. It's just we have a good attack and good speed, so that's what's helping us knock all these guys out in one hit. So some benefits to Mankey is, like I said, level up moveset isn't horrible, and also TM moveset is fantastic. Doesn't have a lot of great things for late game, but this seems to be a Pokemon, and you'll see this later, that it seems like it has a way of making a move and kind of making the best out of it, and you'll see that a little bit later. So knocking out these Pokemon, and I was actually, the end result of this was very shocking to me. I was very surprised. I did, after I filmed it, went and watched. See, I tried to see if it was like something that was just a anomaly, but then I went and watched J Rose 11. I recommend him. I watched his playthrough with just Mankey, didn't let him evolve, and his was pretty close to what mine did. So now we're going through. He also plays with like trying to get minimum battles as possible. I do that later. I don't fight a lot of battles late, but I fight a lot more battles early to get extra levels. And like I said, these trainers are not difficult. We have between Scratch, which I think has 25 base power points, and Karate Chop, which is another 25. We have plenty of power points to get through all these Pokemon, and we actually hit them pretty hard. I'm surprised that one's not a knockout, but we get the knockout. And then we're moving on to Mountain Moon. Mountain Moon, nothing really special in Mountain Moon. We pretty much have an answer for everything there. But what is important about Mountain Moon is that we get a new move called Mega Punch. Mega Punch will help us immensely because not only do we have... It's not even same type of attack bonus. That'd be nice if it was, but it's not. But what it is it just gives us another move that can do pretty good damage. It's a little more powerful than Karate Chop. I think Karate Chop, somehow this Karate Chop just seems right for Primeape and Mankey. I was going to name Primeape, or Mankey by the way, Furious George, but it wouldn't fit. So I had a couple ideas, like Mojo Jojo would have been another one. But I landed on Marcel. If you know what that's from, comment. In my next video, I'll mention what it's from if you don't know. I had a video a while back. It was, well, the last one, Psyduck. Gizmo Duck is from DuckTales, the TV show, the animated show. And then one while back, Venonat had, I said the guy's name was Baxter, and All Hail the Dome Fossil. And I think his name was Baxter Stockman. It's a fly from Ninja Turtles from like the 80s cartoon series. So now we're in Missy's gym, and Missy's not going to be super difficult. The reason she's not going to be super difficult because she has nothing that's super effective against us. She does have some powerful moves, which she'll use, but there's nothing super effective against us specifically. And yeah, and we decide not to fight her. I was like, it's a risk. We could take up some time and not get this win. So I decided, you know what? I'm just gonna not fight her right now, and I went and fought our rival. So our rival, this is our third rival fight. Our rival has Pidgeotto, has Abra, Rattata, and Ivysaur. So Pidgeotto gets a lot of damage done on that quick attack. Damn. But we get the knockout anyway. So now we're down 20 hit points. Abra is a good one to have because it doesn't do any damage. We level up. That's good. Karate Chop should be a one hit. It's very good. It's a one hit. We could have got hit with quick attack there. And Bulbasaur is tanky, but it doesn't have really any moves right now other than maybe Vine Whip, which are not effective. So we move on. We beat Nugget Bridge pretty handily. We beat one of the hikers to get Elixir. Now we're fighting this Lass. And this Lass, she has Nidoran male, Nidoran female. There's nothing super great about those two that are going to be effective here. But what I want to show is the hiker right here. The hiker, if you've seen this in every playthrough, we need to see how good or bad it's going to be to face all these hikers. So Karate Chop does about half damage. It's a 2-hit knockout. And I did use Leer, so I'm going to try using without Leer. It's still about half damage. I think he did a defense curl before, and that might have been why the Leer didn't help. So it's possible. Karate Chop on Machop is a 1-hit knockout, and we knock out the dude that is Geodude. And Mega Punch knocks it out. Get the knockout, and we're moving on to this. I think it's a Lass or a Junior Trainer. Let's see. It's a Lass or Junior Trainer. It's a Lass. Okay. Now she can be tough. It's not tough this Pokemon specifically, but she can be tough because she has a bird, and a grass Pokemon, and it can be tough because absorb heals back damage if you hit. So now we get through all that. We get through the SS and we face Misty. Is Misty going to be tough? I don't think Misty's going to be too tough. I think I probably could have fought her before. Now I'm like watching this. Karate Chop's a 1-hit for Starmie. Starmie is more tankier, and Starmie is actually Psychic type. So look at that. That's a really hefty amount of damage done there. So she knocks us out. So maybe it was a good idea not to fight her right away. So we're gonna try it again. And I think there's a little bit of luck there. She did get a critical hit. So we're gonna try it again. Machop, 1-hit Karate Chop, 1-hit knockout. And so we level up again. And we do half damage to Starmie. And we almost knock it out. We just need to get a move off. There we go. We get the knockout. We get the second badge in the game. We're moving on. We're fighting this rocket guy. I don't show this often, but we do need to get an item from this guy. Karate Chop is almost a 1-hit, and we get some damage back. In Drowsy, it's almost a one hit. Confusion is very effective. This could have been bad if I missed. I shouldn't have gone for Mega Punch there in hindsight. Reason why I don't go for Mega Punch there. Mega Punch is not highly accurate. It just does a decent amount of damage. So I could have missed there, and Confusion probably would have knocked me out. So we remove Fury swipes and we teach Dig. Dig is very helpful. So we fight the three girls, the girl with three Pidgeys. Yeah, so we beat all three. We're karate. We're fighting type. Fighting type has an advantage over bird types, but it's not a karate move or fighting move, so don't worry about that. Mega Punch gets the knockout. Now we move on to my favorite joke setup trainer ever, the male junior trainer. First off, we take the Spearow, take the Zero. Then we take the Eradicate, and we eradicate the Eradicate. Very good. Now we're moving on to the SSN. The SSN, we get a very important move. And pretty much we got almost all of our moves at this point, except for one that we're going to use through the end of the video. For the most part. Now we fight our rival. We have Body Slam, we have Dig, we have Mega Punch, and we have Karate Chop. That's what it should be. Yeah, okay. So now we're switching Body Slam to the first one. Body Slam's great because it does a lot of damage, but also can paralyze, as long as it's not a normal type Pokemon. So that's a one-hit knockout. Another one-hit knockout. Do we knock out the Ivysaur in one hit? I doubt it. It's very tanky, but we do paralyze and we take no damage back. Very good. We beat our rival and move on to... Oh, actually, we level up. We evolve here to Primate. Look at that. It looks like he's about ready to go. And we move on to our rival. And I'm sorry, not our rival. Lieutenant Surge. And we have Dig, so this will sweep his entire team with Dig. One knockout. Two knockout. We actually took damage because of quick attack. Stupid little Pikachu. Stupid mouse. And a third knockout. We get the win. We're moving on to Rock Tunnel. Rock Tunnel... there's always a couple trainers in here that can be tough, but because we beat our Lieutenant Surge, he gives us a move called Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt gives us the ability to do this to Slowpoke and other water and bird type Pokemon. One-hit knockout. That move is very clutch in this playthrough. And now we're fighting the trainer, Dig. The reason why Dig's important against him is because he has the ability to explode with all three of these. They will use self-destruct. So, like right there, I dug underground and avoided it. And now I hit him with Dig and we knock him out. So that can be tough. He can be a brick wall for anyone. So if you don't have Dig, you can take damage the entire time. So now I decided to go for Team Rocket first rather than Erica's Gym. I don't have anything super effective against her. I have Body Slam and I have Dig, which are okay, but they're not super effective. So I thought, a couple more levels can't hurt us. So I go in there and now we're fighting Tweedledee and Tweedledum. And Tweedledee is kind of an idiot because he just doesn't have it. Well, I want to say he's kind of an idiot. The game's made him an idiot. So Dig is a one-hit knockout for Sandshrew. Very good. Ekans, Rock Slide is a one-hit knockout. Very good. Now, is Sandslash a one-hit with Dig? I think it is. It is. Okay, good. So we tweet Tweedledee and Tweedledum. The reason I call them Tweedledee and Tweedledum is the second one's dumb because he uses the same exact Pokemon. He literally is standing right next to you when you beat the crap out of his friend with the same Pokemon. And he does the same Pokemon, so it is what it is. Moving on, Rock Slide, I misclicked there. And use Dig, and I hit, knock him out. And now he comes out with an Arbok. Arbok can be tough, but it's not tough. And we get the knockout, and we're moving on to Giovanni. Giovanni and his Widow's Peak are not great. If we had a Rock type move, this would not be an issue. Fighting type move, this would not be an issue. We could one-hit his entire team, which we're pretty much one-hitting most of his team at this point, but always the Kangaskhan is the tricky one because we don't have anything super effective against Kangaskhan. And yeah, there's just nothing more we can do. Like, there's two moves right there that all did about the same, about 30%, maybe 35%. So now we decided to take on Erica's Gym. Erica's Gym, we out-level it, so that's the benefit. And we're going to knock out a lot of things in here, but we're fighting these extra trainers in here to get experience because we're going to need experience for later in the game. The playthroughs that I've watched, I'll give out some other shout-outs. I did say JRose11, Kangaskhan. Kangaskhan is one that's pretty good. JRose11, already said him. Scott's Thoughts. One lately is Squiddy. Squiddy's pretty good. It's got some pretty good playthroughs of Pokemon. I think it's Crystal or Silver. So I do recommend them while we're playing through in here. So I get poisoned in here. Not a big deal. I have an antidote. So good thing with this Pokemon is it's just all attack. It's not a lot of defense, but it's all attack. So if you have enough moves, you can just pretty much bulldoze your way through certain parts of the game. Like this part right here, we literally don't have to go back and heal to replenish our moves because we have so many moves we can fall back on. Like I literally check my moves here in a minute, see if I need to go heal, and then I roll the dice and fight this battle. And sorry, I took a little pause there for a second watching myself play here. So I beat the beauty, and we save, and I accidentally went by Erica to this girl. So and now we have to fight her. No, not a big deal. But I was running low on which move was it? Was it Diggs or Body Slam? One of them's getting low. I know that. So I considered like going back and healing, and that's what I check it here in a minute. But Mankey, Primeape is not a Pokemon that has good defense. That's another thing that downside the Mankey. However, we fight Erica here, so I want to go ahead and call this fight. Victor Bell comes out. We use Body Slam, we get the Paralyze, very nice. We get Poison, so Poison scared me because I could get put to sleep. A lot of things. So we do not learn Seismic Toss. So Seismic Toss is different than most moves. Seismic Toss, it goes off of level of the Pokemon, like what level either us or them. I don't remember which one. So see, I'm poisoned. So if I get stuck in this bide, it can just whittle down my health. And not to mention, Vileplume has Sleep Powder and Paralyze. It can't paralyze because I'm poisoned. Never mind, I can't put to sleep. I don't know why I was worried. Once you get poisoned, you can't have any other status moves. So now we face our 5th rival fight. Not exactly a tough one at all. Thunderbolt's a 1-hit. Very good. 1-hit knockout. Is it a 2-hit knockout? It's 2 1-hit knockouts. 3? Did we get 3? We get 3. Kadabra, is it 4? We get 4, and now we do hit 5. We get 5 knockouts. I skip over the next, that stuff's not important. Fighting the ghosts and whatnot, but I go to Koga's gym. Koga's gym is scary, and I will pause this for a second and explain why his gym is scary. Koga's gym, I call a pseudo-psychic gym. He has a lot of trainers that have drowsies and hypnos that can be very scary for us because we are fighting type, we are weak to psychic. So that is why this gym scares me, is because we are pseudo-psychic, or pseudo-weak to psychic. It's a pseudo-psychic gym. Don't know why he has jugglers in here with psychic Pokemon. They should really be in Sabrina's gym. But they're in here nonetheless, and we have to deal with them. And getting a lot of Pokemon in here we can get experience from. A lot of fights we can get experience from. So that is why we're fighting all of them. But it is concerning to me whenever I played this. I'm worried about all these psychic Pokemon. Now, luckily, we have a lot of good hit moves. We can do a lot of damage. But if we didn't have moves that did like massive damage, we'd be in trouble here. Because this could be really scary and we didn't just get knocked out. So going through my fights so far, I lost to the gym leader, Brock, once, Misty once, and I don't think I've lost any others since. I lost one to our rival too, the first rival fight. So I've got three losses so far on my belt, but since then we've done pretty well. And Dig, it's not a 1-hit, but it should be next hit should be a knockout. Very good, get the knockout. Moving on. Arbok. And dig again, get it done, and we're moving on to the next trainer. Like I said, there's just a lot of experience you can get here. And so far, we're only an hour into this, so I've not mentioned the time so far. That is for a reason. We are at very good time right now. We are at 1 hour and like 40 seconds into this playthrough. We're not having a lot of issues. We're one-shotting a lot of things. We've gotten some decent levels. We've just gotten experience and levels up at the right times. So we're not over leveled. You're gonna see like Giovanni, or I'm sorry, not Giovanni. Koga's Pokemon. You're gonna see the level they're at. We're right on par with where we should be, just about. I can't believe I showed this. So I'm gonna go back and heal. Oh no, that's what it is. I'm gonna fight this guy, just get an extra experience points. I never really fight this guy. I usually avoid him. Like, you know what? We're kind of like one-shotting everything. We have to go back and heal anyway. Let's just go ahead and get this guy knocked out, get an extra level under our belts. So we come back to fight Koga, which I mentioned before. A bunch of trainers, their names make sense with what their gym is. Koga's not one. This is a poison gym. his name should be like Venom or Poison. I don't know. But anyway, so get the knockout. It's 2 one-hit knockouts. It's Coughing a third. Coughing is the third one-hit knockout. It is Wheezing a 4th one-hit knockout here. It's a 4th one-hit knockout. So we knocked out all 4 of his Pokemon, not taking any damage. And now we face rival number 6. To me, it's the toughest rival fight because sometimes you don't have moves available to you just yet, and you don't have all the boosts just yet to take him out. But he has everything. He has pretty well developed. And like I said in the past video, he likes to cheat. So he has a Gyarados, and that Gyarados has Hydro Pump, and that Hydro Pump should not exist, but it does. But anyway, we knock him out. Marcel's doing a great job. So now we should get a Body Slam, one-hit knockout there. So there's 3 one-hit knockouts. Alakazam is it a 4th? Very good. And a 5th. If we get 1 more Oko. I decided here not to take Thrash because Thrash, like I said in the preview part of the video, it's great if the opposition has like 2 Pokemon. If he has more than 2, you can get confused and it makes it very difficult. Having more Pokemon is easy. If you have more Pokemon, it makes that easy. But we get the win. Now we're facing our second Giovanni fight, which is just as easy as the first one. And Nidorino is Thunderbolt's not a one-hit, but he uses Guard Spec, which I still don't know what it does. I need to learn what Guard Spec does. Dig should be, it's a 2-hit with Kangaskhan, so we're not one-shotting, which can be concerning, but I'm not concerned that we're not one-shotting everything here. We just don't have really, we don't have a water or a grass move that's really advantage us against rock and ground type. However, we do get the knockout, we do get Nidoqueen knocked out, and now we're facing Sabrina. And Sabrina is the psychic type, so this is the hardest gym that I was worried about. This is the one gym I was worried the most about. And there's Sabrina and her whip, and Kadabra. Body Slam, it's a one-hit knockout, very good. Mr. Mime is also a one-hit knockout, very good. Body Slam again. And now Venomoth, we're going to use Dig on Venomoth because I know Dig can... Oh, no, I didn't get a one-hit. However, just Rock Slide gets the knockout. And now we're not quite down to half health, but a little over half. And we get the knockout on Alakazam. I actually went out of order with what I usually do. Usually I do Blaine's gym. But I did Sabrina's first because I was just right there. And I'm good enough level to do this. So now we're going to face Blaine in his team of fire Pokemon. 1 knockout. 2 knockout. And he did a retroactive potion there. 3 knockout. And another potion. Blaine is the worst at this, man. He does this all the time. He'll give his Pokemon like a potion for no damage at all. It's just retroactive. Now I'm in Giovanni's gym. We beat Blaine. Now we're in Giovanni's gym. And Giovanni is, like I said, a pushover. And we usually would fight more trainers in here, but I'm level 52 right now. I'm probably going to get at least another 2 levels by fighting this guy and Giovanni. And not to mention, I still have all my rare candies. So I avoid fighting a bunch of Pokemon that I would usually fight to get the extra experience. And yeah, there's like 6 other trainers in here. At least 6 more you could fight and get a lot of experience. And get the knockout. Let's get the knockout here. Is it a 1-hit with Dig? It's not a 1-hit. However, they use X attack. You guys should read the rules. You're not supposed to use items in battle. It's kind of a rule that I have, and you guys just break the rules, but it is what it is. So now we're going to go face Giovanni. We got the 2 people beaten out of the way that we need, so now we can go face Giovanni. I'm really not too concerned about him. I think I might save here just for a precautionary measure. But we're at 1 hour and 15 minutes. We're not even at 1 hour and 15 minutes. We're at 1 hour and 14 minutes and 30 seconds. And we've beaten all the gyms except for him. And I think we'll get him beat before the 1 hour and 15 minute mark. I think. Dig, so 1-hit knockout with Rhyhorn, very good. Doug Trio goes for Slash. It misses 1-hit knockout with Rhyhorn, or with Marcel, very good. Dig again, that's 3 knockouts. Do we get 4 knockouts? I think we do. If we knock out Nidoqueen, we knock out Nidoking. And then Ride On. And he misses with Fissure. It's never going to be a good move for you. You're so slow. I don't know why you teach it. But Giovanni, we get the win. So now we're level 53, and we're going to face our rival at 1 hour and 15 minutes. So this is moving very fast. So we're going to face our rival. Going to fight Pidgeot. Thunderbolt with Pidgeot. It's not a 1-hit. It's crazy that's not a one-hit to me. But we still get the knockout. Then Rhyhorn comes out. Rhyhorn, we use Dig. Very good, get the knockout. Now he comes out with Gyarados. Gyarados usually is very scary right now because Gyarados is tough to beat. But no big deal at all. Body Slam there knocks out the Growlithe, which is actually my next video, I think. I think I play through as Growlithe. And Alakazam gets knocked out. Now we have Venusaur. And we have full health with Venusaur. So, about 40% damage. Look how much damage that did. Razor Leaf did. So, thank God we don't have to repeat that battle. So, now we're facing Lorelei. Lorelei is pretty simple. Here's why Lorelei is pretty simple. Lorelei is pretty simple because we have Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt is such a super overpowered move for us right now. And the only one we don't knock out in one hit is Cloyster. We get the knockout there, though. Slowbro is a 2-hit, super effective. Amnesia doesn't do nothing to help you out. Jinx, we don't use Thunderbolt, we use Body Slam, but it's a 1-hit. And now all we have is Lapras. So we can use Thunderbolt, does about close to half, maybe like 49 damage. Now it does that. 80 heals, it doesn't do anything. So we get through that battle taking no damage. Moving on to Bruno. We don't talk about Bruno much. He's kind of the lost hiker that they found, and they kind of just throw him in here. Bruno is actually probably one of the tougher fights because I have nothing that's super effective at all. Dig is the only thing I can really do decent damage to Onix, so I gotta do it twice to each one. I could have used Mimic here and Mimic like Ice Punch from Hitmonchan, but Dig just does the same thing, and Ice Punch could have frozen me right there, so that could have been a reset. Body Slam, High Jump Kick doesn't do anything. We're fighting type, so most of his Pokemon are doing nothing. Dig, let's see if Dig's a 1-hit. It is a 1-hit. Now we have Machamp. Now this could have been bad because I don't do a lot of damage. He actually gets a lot of damage done to me. Like Submission hit there could have been bad. Submission would have been a same type attack bonus, and he could have done a lot of damage to me right there. But we move on to Agatha, and I hung on to Dig solely for this fight. We could have used Rock Slide, but Dig is way more consistent. It's got higher accuracy. So Dig is a 1-hit knockout on Gengar. Very good. Golbat, not Golduck. Golbat. There we go. 1-hit knockout. Haunter, Dig is a 1-hit knockout. Very good. Arbok. Is Arbok a 1-hit? And it is a 1-hit. Very good. And now the last Gengar. It should be a 1-hit knockout. It is a 1-hit knockout. And very good. So now we're moving on to Lance. Now Lance is easy. And here's why Lance is easy. So here's something I'm going to explain about Gen 1. In Gen 1, a lot of these trainers have what's called good AI. They look at your typing and they will go and they'll spam a move that the system views as the most effective move. Okay? So for example, Lance has Gyarados, 2 Nidorans. I'm sorry, not Nidorans. I'm sorry, Dragonairs. I'm sorry, not Nidorans. 2 Dragonairs, an Aerodactyl, and a Dragonite. The Dragonite and the 2 Dragonairs will never hit us. Okay? They view us as the computer views us as we are fighting type Pokemon. So what the computer's going to say is if you have any psychic moves, you should spam psychic moves. Okay? That's why when we face Lorelei, Dugong would have just done rest over and over and over again. It would not have attacked us. Okay? This is called good AI. It uses what should be a type advantage, and it should use it against you. However, it doesn't give you a type advantage. Because what Nidoran, yeah, I keep saying Nidoran. Dragonair, both of them will do is they'll spam Agility. Agility is a psychic move that boosts your stats. And the same with Dragonite. Dragonite will use Barrier, which is a psychic move that ups your defense. So, when you're watching this, understand that this is part of the game mechanic that I have no control over. And this is why this battle is such a, it's trivial to say the least. So watch, Dragonair. I'm going to use Body Slam, Agility. He'll do Agility every time. Even when he outspeeds me, he'll do Agility. Guess what Dragonair's going to do? He's going to do Agility. He's going to do it every single time until we paralyze him. Okay? Aerodactyl will attack us because it doesn't have any psychic moves, so it just randomizes 3 moves or it heals itself. Okay? Takedown doesn't do too much, and like I said, once we get past Aerodactyl, I'm not worried about Dragonite. It'll just spam Barrier because Barrier is a psychic type move. Oh, also Agility. It does Agility as well. It'll only use psychic type moves because the system tells it that it is the best case scenario move for me. We level up to level 67, and now we're facing our rival. Now, the rival was a little bit tricky, and it was only tricky because of one freaking thing. So now we're getting in this battle. And I am going to pause it a little bit, so I'm going to be ready for the pause. Thunderbolt is still not a one hit. It does not make any freaking sense to me that Thunderbolt does not knock it out in one hit. Okay? Kind of makes me mad, but it is what it is. So now we knock out Alakazam, there we go. And now we knock out Rhydon. So now Gyarados is out. We don't knock it out. Oh, we do knock it out, I'm sorry. And now Arcanine's out. And we use Body Slam. He uses Ember, doesn't do much. But it does burn us, so now we're taking damage whenever we do something. We knock it out. Now we have two Pokemon left. One Pokemon left, I'm sorry. Body Slam doesn't do any damage, and I don't know what happened that lowered our defense so much. Okay? But we are taking burn damage. He is absorbing us and healing himself. And nothing we are doing is doing damage at all. Maybe did Alakazam hit us and like lower our special? I don't know. But we lose this battle, which rarity here. We should have won that battle hands down. So now I try a different tactic real quick. It's not a tactic that does too much, and it would have been too bad, but it didn't work for me. So it was a bad tactic. So I revert back to the way I just tried to fight the battle, just hoping for some better luck. So we get rid of Dig, which means I no longer have an attack that can actually damage Rhydon. So I didn't think this one through very well. I should have just done the fight again. I got burned, and that's what got me. As I got burned, and yeah. So now we're fighting our rival fight again. And Pidgeot, we try for Rock Slide, see if it's a one hit. It does knock it out in one hit, but it was a critical hit, so we don't know if that's a range or what. Body Slam is a one hit with our Alakazam. Rhydon, we're going to mimic a move that does not work at all for us. We're going to mimic a move that doesn't work for us at all. Horn Drill. Horn Drill is a one-hit knockout if you hit. But it's like a 1 in 4 chance. This is not accurate. It's not a good hit. It's not a good move. I made a mistake here. Now he's using Leer. Now that actually ups our attack, so that's actually good for us, but it lowers our defense. Okay, so that's kind of the benefit. He keeps using Leer. It lowers our defense, but it ups all of our other stats. So our speed goes up, our attack goes up, so on and so forth. So now we're going to get the knockout here. Tail Whip does the same thing. And now our defense is low, but our attack is very high. That's why this is a one hit with Gyarados. And now we have our Arcanine. And I try for Horn Drill. It still doesn't work. And he does Leer again. Our defense is garbage right now. That's why he's going to hit us with one hit. And it's probably going to knock us out. Horn Drill misses. And yeah, it doesn't do nothing. We do a little bit more damage than we would have. Now his defense is up, and Rage Leaf knocks us out right here. So now we go back to our last save point where we did not teach Mimic. We just kept Dig. And we're going to try this battle one more time and not worry about teaching Mimic. We're just going to try for the battle again. I think some bad luck hit us the first time. And the second time we got too cute with it. So the third time is the charm. Can we get this battle done and get this run under an hour and 25 minutes? Let's try to do that. Okay, fight, Rock Slide. It doesn't knock it out. It was a range. It was not a... well, we get no damage back because we're going for side attack, but it was not a critical hit that time. That's why I didn't knock it out. Now, for some reason, Alakazam suddenly decides to survive this hit. He's been knocked out twice by it. Dig is going to be a 2-hit knockout with Rhydon. Now he ups our defense again, or lowers our defense and ups our other stats. That's good. So that'll help us get through the last couple of Pokemon. Thunderbolt is a 1-hit. Now we have Arcanine. We should just go for Dig, or go for Body Slam. It's not a 1-hit. It's a 2-hit knock. Oh, it's a 3-hit. Okay. Nope, it's actually more than that, because now we have to go for 2 more hits. Now we get a 1-hit knockout with Dig, and now we have Venusaur. We have full health with Venusaur. That's the upside. Okay, it's almost a 1-hit, not quite. He goes for Growth, which is going to up his defense, and we get nothing. He gets nothing, and we win. We beat our rival. We win the game. We beat the champion, so on and so forth. And now we're just waiting for Professor Oak, Professor Surge, and Lieutenant Oak. Yeah, there you go. Professor Oak to clock us on our time. We clock as soon as we see the time, and did a great job. If you're looking at this, looking at time, hour and 25 minutes, like right on the dot, man. Hour and 25 minutes and 1 second. This was a very, very solid run for me. Very solid run indeed. I was very happy with the outcome of this playthrough. Kind of surprised me. I thought it would be a little more bumps because he didn't have great stats. He has no stab moves. But all in all, he has like a good variety. He has great speed and great attack. This is what Doug Trio could have been if Doug Trio had just a little bit better health and defense. That's what it is. Diglett and Doug Trio, I should say. All in all, though, this playthrough was I was very happy with this playthrough. I wasn't disappointed. I wasn't anything other than elated with how this playthrough went through. I've actually been very busy with work. I'm back at work now, and so I'm helping my wife and the kids, so on and so forth. So any kind of love and support you give for this channel is really very much appreciated. What do you think going forward will be? Who do you think going forward? Go do me a favor. Go to Google, type in Generation 1 through 151, and look at the Pokemon. Is there any Pokemon you see on the list of Pokemon left that I'm doing 1 through 151 in a row? Do you think there's a Pokemon out there that is going to be able to beat Clefairy, Clefable, and Mankey and Primate's time? So the fastest times possible have been by these two Pokemon. And I'm real quickly putting it into my Google and figuring out what Pokemon is next. I should know this, but I don't. The next Pokemon is actually Growlithe and Arcanine. So that one will be very interesting. I've never played through Growlithe before. And then I have some Pokemon coming up that I bet a lot of people are going to be super excited about. So I'll just go over this real quick. We have Growlithe, which evolves in Arcanine. Poliwag, goes Poliwhirl, and then Poliwrath. Abra is going to be the most hated playthrough I have, personally. It's going to be my least favorite, bar none. Can't even explain how frustrating. Abra only has teleport to like level 16. Okay, it has to evolve before it gets a move. So we have to get like level 16 or something before we get Kadabra and get Confusion. So that's gonna be a pain. So you got to deplete all your teleports before you can use Struggle. And if you don't have any potions, you have to go heal and then deplete all your teleports again. That's gonna be a pain in the butt. Machop, it's gonna be okay. I think he has some pretty decent moves early game. Bellsprout, I think, will be probably one of the better grass types. Tentacruel, Geodude, Ponyta. I'm not going to keep going with all of them, but those are just the next ones coming up. So I'm very excited about these playthroughs. And if you're excited as well, hit that like button. And also don't forget to subscribe. Subscribing to this channel really helps me know that people are paying attention, that we're having more, there's more people watching. And if you share, the more you like, the more the YouTube algorithm makes it out there. I got one video when it got over 100 last week. I'm very excited about that. My video last week I posted outdid the video before, so let's do the same thing with this. Share it, like it, comment. It really helps the algorithm. I'm sorry I'm long-winded at the end here, but I'm just really excited about getting these videos done, and I'm really enjoying these, and as long as people are watching them, I'll keep making them. So everyone have a good one, and have a good day. See ya.